Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And I decided to buy another one, CT-91. I'm just disassembled it because indicator was not working, and I was guessing if it was to restore. But now I hear the motors running, both capstan and the command motor. Alright, and I see that it's we have disconnected keyboard, but it cannot get to the position. That's why it's blinking all the time. All right, what else I mentioned? I need two hands. I mentioned that I just fixed this door. It was not properly assembled. Now it's steady. I mentioned these two pins, they are bent, which need to define chrome and metal tape types. So see, normal metal. Another one should be chrome. Alright, I need to disassemble and bring everything into the proper positions. And one more thing, I found that both stabilizer arms are broken. On the previous deck was just one broken, on this both broken. And as these two screws has been not fully in, I believe someone was trying to save some precious tape when deck stopped working. And but it was easy. Just remove top cover and rotate it, and you get your tape. Why you need to break everything? I don't understand it. All right, and probably it was sitting for too long and indicator didn't work, so I just use it to straighten up all wires, put all connectors back, and as you may see, now indicator is working and this deck is good to be restored. Right, with this deck I will not replace capacitors, and that's where I will try to make comparison video so we can compare WIMA capacitors versus original. Right, I have listened to about 15 different albums on the deck with WIMA capacitors, and today finally I found one when I would say I hear significant difference in the female vocals, right? But it's not bad. It's not it sounds bad. It just sounds a little bit different. But for all the rest of the albums, WIMA capacitors give the perfect stage. I don't have any other deck which has the same perfect stage as my CT-91A with WIMA capacitors. It's just unbelievable. It's the same wide and deep and large I get from my Super Audio CD discs. I just so excited. And to let you know why, CT-91, 91A is the only Pioneer deck when they didn't use the coils to filter the bias. So they use it twin T filter which has a notch or notch filter, which rejects frequencies between 105 and 106 kilohertz. That's where no coils, it allows to send every single detail back to amplifier. And that's where the magic happens. I have T838 deck. It has coils, it's same as CT-93. I checked other schematics, and unfortunately every other model of Pioneer has coils in the playback amplifier. That's the only model they named the reference cassette deck when they didn't do it. And it sounds differently. It sounds not the same like Akai. Akai, remember 9100, JX95, they have a very limited number of decoupling capacitors. This deck has plenty of them, but again, when replaced with WIMA and no coil in the bias filter, stage is unbelievable. I have already a couple other guys who listening to the deck that tell that it's the best deck I did ever, and I would not be able to do better. I I told myself every year that I cannot do better. I achieved the best possible results with cassette decks. And every year, oh boy, I'm wrong. All right. Now, let me work on this deck. You know, like I'm already did disassembly. You know, like how to work on this tape transport. This one has a little bit different parts for the tape stabilizer. It has covered part here, and this top part is different than in my CT-91A. So they've probably been experimenting a little bit with this model, but difference is like pretty small. In my model, there is all frame is going back and forth. Here is just middle part goes back and forth, and spring is here. All right. So let's see what else. But looking at the board here, it's pretty similar. Everything else, I don't see any difference. And I remember this transformer in the cage, which weighed like about 2 pounds. Yeah, that's the only series when they did it, like reference series. Even if you will go with CT-93, there is no that cage. All right. And this cage is casted. It's thick, big, and it's iron cast. So that's why. All right. Thanks for your time. Let's see how this deck will perform, and let's compare them after. Okay, everyone. I'm disassembling this tape transport. What I mentioned, belts are completely disintegrated. I'm still wiping everything up, and you may see even like small belts disintegrated as well. There was attempt to disassemble this deck, but considering the zip ties, like they look like that, were probably original. Most of cable layout was original, and just this spring was sealed, and I had to break the seal to detach it. So I consider that someone just tried out his skills, understood that he cannot do it, and just leave it as is and sold it away. I just don't understand why they bended these springs here, which should work on these sensors. Why they broke this, like you see the gray plastic. It should be a tape stabilizer which pushes it. It's just like leftovers of it. And one part is missing is the cover for the timer switch. So I'm already found one on eBay, like $20 with shipping. It's a bit expensive, but if no other way, I will have to buy it to restore this deck in full. All right, heads up looks to be good. Everything else like appears to be working, so it's a good chance this deck will continue its life. So let me work on it. Let me clean everything up, lubricate and assemble, put new belts and new idler tire, and let's see how it will perform. Guys, and in this deck we see this plastic insert which was missing on the other CT-91 I restored recently. So that's how it should look like. So if you're curious, all right, continue cleaning. Okay guys, so I just addressed the switches problem, like this tape type sensors. So you see I put springs back, unbent them, and I also was removing board, desoldering and like disassembling the switches to clean them up. They've been pretty scratchy. It didn't hold well, so I cleaned them up, put them back, and now I just use my multimeter to test that they work together with the tape inserted. Right, so now I make sure that transport will work as needed when it's assembled, and will sense the tape types properly. Okay, lots of cleaning, it was pretty dirty work, but capstans already cleaned. I believe I just need to clean this pulley and I'm done. Like, there was quite a few places, like everything was in the belt's goo. Now it's clean. Let me continue lubricating, assembling, and I'll meet you soon. Hey guys, I'm assembling back, and I already told you, like, you need to use this mark here with the cut. I hope you can see it. Let me try to zoom in. Right here, you see teeny cut, and this hole looking at 90 degrees. But I just recently received complaints that it's pretty hard to install this gear and so on. No, it's not hard. You need to push brake down here. All right, as soon as you push it, it will get in a position and you would be able to push this gear back pretty easily without like any force. Okay, that's the only thing which prevents you, the brake lever right here on top. I hope this will help you with assembly. Okay, and here reverse side assembled, all belts installed. Make sure that wires are put the way so they would not be touching any moving parts. All right. What else I mentioned? Like that Pioneer uses the cam sensor, so it's kind of sectors on the board, and like the position contact is moving and like shortens them like between. That's from like one I consider that is better than the regular port because it provides exact position. I don't feel there any significant difference between these solutions because like one or other over time will oxidize, and like so luckily this worked well on Pioneer decks. On Sony I haven't made myself, but I have read that guys disassemble. I disassembled once, like for my customer, he requested, and clean it. So you may watch my video. But that is how everything being built. All right. Now I still need to install the spring back to make sure that this mechanism will work. And let me show you how everything will work now. See you in a moment. All right. All right. So that opens the door. All right. That's the head. Some sign of wear, but considering the age, pretty minor. Because this laser amorphous head is pretty hard to warm them quickly. Okay, that's the closing. You see, now we put these sensors down, and now heads going up. Okay, and the last stage you see the pinch rollers right, and then left goes the last one. I just recently received the command that the left should go first one. It never should go first one because it will start pushing tape inside, and take up would not be able like to fully remove the loop above the head. All right, so right first it starts pulling, and then left to apply tension. That's it. That's how everything should work. Quite easy to validate. There may be a tricky issue, like when you remove those other gear, like this will be free, right? This reel may get out of position, and it would not go back and forth underneath this plastic panel. All right, and you kind of will be stuck. Don't be scared. Just put it in like that in the far position. You would be able to push this up and then rotate inside. Okay, then you will be able to rotate it in, and it will work, believe me. All right, good. Now let's replace idler tire. I did show you a couple times. We need to I believe we can even not remove the cover, just remove this panel. I see there is just one spring installed, but other came in the package. So like it came with idler belts and the spring inside. The only piece is missing is the cover for the timer switch. All right. So let me see. Interesting. Alright, so someone tried to disassemble, see that it's above his skills, just put bells on top, say, okay, it's a trash, you can use it. Alright, so remove this, it's easy, like removal, it's like that. And here we have access to the idler. Alright, let me do it, see in a moment. Alright, completed, assembled. So we define the mechanics, closes, pushes, heads going up, good, release everything, opens the door, good. That's how everything should work. So if you forget how to assemble, you may use this as a reference video. Right, I also did it a few times already. You may find my previous videos on CT-91, T838 decks, I believe some other CT-95, T1000, T1100, and so on. See you. Alright, tape transport assembled and working smooth. I spent quite a few time for pinch roller cleaning. Now they looks nice. Looks like they've been listening lots of ferric tapes and rarely clean the pinch roller. There was quite a few dirt coming out. Alright, fast forward, rewind, very quiet transport, playback, works, good. Now, the only thing I'm missing is this cover for the timer switch. So I will order probably. I have seen one from Sony deck. All I have, they don't match well, and those like looks to be a pretty good match. Alright, let me work on it, tune it, and I will show you the final results, how well it can play and record. See you in a moment. Okay guys, and that's the second Pioneer CT-91 in a row which shows 0 decibel on Dolby tape, and Dolby should be +3 right here. That's insane. And my tapes verified across so many decks, like from the level perspective, that it's hard to say. So someone definitely messed up with the levels. They tried to do zeros with Dolby tape. All right. Let me tune it up, so like it will require some time. I see azimuth, so head is installed for factory sealed, but azimuth is off, really. Not much, but about half of the way. All right. I believe for my purpose, it's too much. So let me work on it and see there. Okay, I just set Dolby level as it should be, as the Dolby symbol. And that's how much phase is off at 400 Hz, really. I need to fix it, see in a moment. And here I'm playing frequency response tape, right, at -20 decibel level. And as you may see, both channels show pretty fine. There was difference, like I believe someone touched on the right channel, frequency response was like about 2 decibel lower overall on the highs, and now we have like almost no change. Let me show you from the needles perspective. Pretty good results, consistent across both channels. The difference above 12 kilohertz by 1 decibel between left and right. So pretty good results. That's how deck should perform on the proper frequency sweep tape. And now I would be able finally to test playback on my factory tapes, because before I tried and high frequencies were not there. And now, because I recorded with Dolby B. Alright, now let me test it and then I will start tuning off the recording. I expect that it should come the same cool. See you in a moment. Hey everyone, and here I'm testing Wow Flutter. I didn't bring computer yet, but listening to the sound, I may easily tell that Wow Flutter is very low. Listen yourself. It's between 0.03 and 0.04. That's how I hear it, but I will measure later. Alright, and speed is good out of the box. It was 3007, now 3009, 3008. Right, probably I will reduce a little bit. It's still fine, but maybe I will be lucky to reduce it just a little bit. Alright, see you. Alright everyone, and here I tuned it recording, so it was under biasing for about 3 decibels. So I set for type 1 tape plus 1 decibel, so don't be surprised. So 400 Hz, source tape, oh it's source and tape. Alright, 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At 10 kilohertz about 1 decibel, because over time normal tapes lost high frequencies a little bit. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Still recording. Not as cool as the other decks, but still pretty close to phase. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Still getting levels like at 20 kilohertz, even if we have some modulation. 21, 22, okay, dropping. Right. A little bit off on the recording phase. Alright, now type 2. Four hundred. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 decibel between 2 channels, but the phase is really good. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.4, 18, 19, 20. Alright, same as others, like on chrome tape above 18.5 decibel is starting to lose high frequencies. Alright, and TDK MA. Levels good, 400 Hz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, same in phase, really good. Levels no drop, no change. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, no change. 16, 17, 18, right channel minus 1 decibel, 19.4, 20.4, 21. So we lose about 2 decibel at 21.4. Alright, appeared to be a good deck, good playback, good recording quality. Like I didn't replace capacitors, minimum tuning, like just a little bit on the levels. Works quiet and smoothly, as you may hear yourself. That's what I like to get out of the deck. So that's what I'm enjoying, because I spend that much time, like I get dirty, did this dirty job, I lubricated, assembled everything, clean it, but the final results I'm just enjoying. Cool. Different playback modes, time counter, remaining. You can select tape capacity, and it will recalculate All right. Now I'm ordering this switch cover. It would be from Sony, but they are the same. No big deal. All right. So the only thing which are not up to spec, these broken stabilizers. I'm thinking like, so like those are sits on the shafts. So like if I will remove shafts, then probably would be able to 3D print them. So now I need 3D printer. If you have one that you're not using, willing to donate to me, I would take it gratefully. All right, thank you. That would be it for this deck, for this part. Restore it, plays records pretty nice. Now I would be able to do a video, which I promised, comparing the Nichicon original capacitors and the WIMA capacitors. Sound a little bit different, but this deck is originally like it sounds not exactly as the source. So even originally, it's a little bit more like kind of high frequencies sonically, but not much, right? And the difference which I mentioned, that the stage, like with Nichicon capacitor stage is pretty narrow, and with WIMA it just opens and goes far beyond my room. All right, so stay tuned. I promise I will do this video. And for today, I wish you a good night. Enjoy my channel, subscribe, stay with me. See you, bye-bye. And this would be the bonus video for those who've been with me that long. That's how the good cassette deck should look from behind. The main reason you see the all screws are still light copper. All right, so as you may see, if you buy it from Japan, pay attention at the screws. If they are darkened or even worse, rusted, this means the deck was exposed to high moisture, and like this means that you will likely have big problems with this deck. All right, that's why I never buy the decks which has these screws are darkened. The only like these connectors, they could be like it's easy to clean. They like use a polish, and they polish quite easily because they made from the brass, and they may oxidize a little bit. Everything else should be staying intact. All right, see you. Bye bye.